guys, welcome back. Another episode of Why Not Me, and we're on a roll with these right now, man. We're on a roll. I'm really enjoying making content at the minute, bringing out a video every Saturday now. Today is not going to involve a training session. It is literally going to involve these guys, and it is going to be me just talking about what supplements I have to take. Well, I don't have to take any supplements, but what supplements I take that allow me to compete as a natural bodybuilder. I'm going to give a little bit of an explanation as to which one does which and what the role of each one is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We are now sitting 3.5 weeks out of the first show on the 5th of September, so we are nearing it. I still feel pretty good, to be honest with you. In fact, you've caught me in the middle of a high day, and that basically means I'm eating a higher amount of carbs. It feels good, man. I'm eating 650 grams of carbs today and tomorrow. What else has really happened? Since the last video and since the last update, cardio remains exactly the same, 30 minutes on the Stairmaster every day, aside from leg day, 13,000 steps each day. And I'm also using a weighted vest for about 5,000 to 6,000 of those steps. I'm basically just gonna go from right to left and explain the use of each supplement. Now, obviously, to know you don't have to use supplements, you can make incredible progress without them. And you've got to bear in mind that these supplements are all gonna be an investment. It all depends on how far you want to take your goals, how far you're kind of willing to go with your goals. And when you're competing, things like this are going to provide you potentially with marginal gains to help you with your performance, with your look, and just overall just developing a better physique. This is part of like just the extra stuff that I think will give those who are ticking the boxes, like the food, that's got to be number one, like the training, like you're getting your normal recovery, and then this just, it brings everything together, it brings it to life, do you know what I mean? So this bad boy here we have is MV Pre. This is a pre-workout, so this is, in my opinion, the best pre-workout on the market. The reason why I'm actually using this now in prep is because my energy levels are a little bit low, my calories are lower, energy levels are lower, my output throughout the day is higher, which means that I'm gonna feel a little bit more tired throughout the day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel good, but I'm gonna feel a bit more fatigued throughout the day. And the main thing I'm really getting from this is gonna be the energy and the focus that it provides. So the stim is gonna really be from the caffeine, and this contains about 350 milligrams. The high end of clinical dose is like 500 mgs. But yeah, really, really good pre. This one here, so this is, I was using this more so at the start of prep and a lot more in my off season. So this is a pump product. So it doesn't contain any stimulants like caffeine. It only contains products that are gonna help with blood flow during your training to give you basically a bigger pump. Vasodilation. Most pump products are basically, the goal is to increase levels of nitric oxide, either in the form of producing it or inhibiting its breakdown. Products such as like L-citrulline, glycerol, which is gonna help basically bring more water and more intracellular fluid to the muscle. Now, so these are basically, I'll combine these two. I will combine these two. In my off season, when I was a bit chubbier, I was eating more food, this would not be in play. This just would not be in play because stimulants like caffeine have the tendency to fuck up your appetite. Priority number one is this should not take precedence over food. If one of these affects how I eat, then it's gotta go. So this wasn't here in the off season, this was. And now I've combined both of them in my prep. You can obviously still make incredible gains without pre-workout, but that sort of stuff is fun and we enjoy it, and we enjoy the pumps, and yeah, it is what it is. Next up here we have whey or whey isolate. I would more so consider this a food. You have to get out of this mentality of we can kind of look at whey as something that's bad for us to eat in comparison to things like chicken, in comparison to things like fish, lentils, tofu. This is just a complete source of protein. Full amino acid profile or essential amino acid profile. I use an isolate because isolate is going to be lower in carbs and higher in protein. So this gives me about 25 grams of protein per serving. Very, very easy to eat, tastes great, especially when you're in prep and you're dieting.
This is a tasty burger.
Great flavor. I have salted caramel. And again, with this, I think there's a whole concern of how many shakes can I have a day or how much protein can I have a day. And it's all very dependent on your digestion, right? Like it depends on how much your body can take. If you're taking this and you're getting like tons of bloating and cramping and issues like diarrhea, constipation, don't have it. Change your protein source. And I think it works fine with me. It works well with me, so I'm able to tolerate that. So yeah, get yourself a whey isolate if you're dieting. Okay, so we are on to the first health supplement that we have here, and this is liposomal curcumin, an anti-inflammatory extracted from turmeric, and it helps with things such as joint pain and also just recovery from my training sessions. Liposomal, again, just to keep things simple, it's just basically a delivery mechanism. You can get curcumin tablets, you can get curcumin or like turmeric tablets. The problem is with that is the bioavailability of what you want, of what you need. The curcumin is poor if you take it in tablet form or if you take it in the form of turmeric. And a lot of research has shown that liposomal or delivery via liposomes is more so effective and increases the efficacy of the supplement. For me, this is huge. This is absolutely huge because I'm still trying to get stronger, but I'm getting leaner. My body's going to be way more susceptible to things such as injury, really putting my body through a stressful situation again, which is going to lead to inflammation. So this is an essential for me, and I basically just take 5 ml of this every night. Next up, creatine, and I think this is something that every lifter should be taking. We all know that buzz line of like, it's the most researched supplement out there, but it really is. And at this point, we know that it's safe. I've been pretty much taking this every day since I was 19. I'm 25 now, so just take 5 grams every day. Nice and simple. I put this in a drink whilst I train, so I get it in easily. And on rest days, I just take it in the mornings. Energy, also as well, a lot of research shows that it helps with cognition and focus, which, to be honest with you, in prep, now I'm thinking about it, is very vital because your brain goes to shit on low carbs. Yeah, creatine, 5 grams every day. We have yohimbine, or a lot of people say yohimbine. This is, I've only started taking this during prep, actually. I wasn't taking this during the off season. And this is a supplement that really, to be honest with you, only like people on prep, on bodybuilding preps should really be taking. And it's also, of course, it's allowed in tested federations. I wouldn't recommend this to a general pop client of mine. I just don't see the necessity of it. But when, like I said at the start of the video, when you are looking for those marginal gains, and when I'm gonna be stepping on stage in my underwear, marginal gains under the lights are gonna make a big difference, especially when you're going against people who are giving this everything, you're going against people who are 100% on the ball all the time, so these little things help. What is it? Yohimbine is basically an alpha-2 receptor antagonist. Basically, you have a fat cell, and these cells have receptors all around them. One of these receptors is called an alpha-2 receptor. That being unblocked prevents or inhibits the release of something known as noradrenaline. When you release noradrenaline, it increases things such as your heart rate, and it also allows for the mobilization of those fat cells. So it allows for fat burning to really actually occur. Now, the reason or the idea behind this is obviously to then block that alpha-2 receptor, or block that receptor. And essentially what it does is it increases the release of noradrenaline. More noradrenaline, increased heart rate, increased energy burn or calorie burn, energy expenditure, and increased mobilization of fat cells. The research behind it is still inconclusive. Some shows some significant differences between people who take yohimbine and those who don't, some doesn't. It all depends on the research. But again, when you're looking for those marginal gains, little things like this could help. And in theory, you would think that it would actually work. Now, obviously the issue with this is, I take 20 milligrams of this a day, by the way, and I did gradually taper up. Now, with something like this, because it's going to be increasing your heart rate, potentially you might run into some issues like sweats, and you might run into issues such as anxiety, getting panicky, getting a bit clammy, shaky. Next up, we have a high quality omega-3. I think this is something that everybody should be taking. So even like Gen Pop, just like in general, just for general health, I think most people are not getting in enough fatty like fish, except for example, which is where you'll find a lot of omega-3s. Yeah, definitely something like this, like a high quality omega-3, is gonna help you with your heart health, with your like blood vessel health, which is huge, which is really important. Heart health is massive, especially in the off season when I'm pushing things like food, because I'm at a heavier body weight, because I'm eating lower quality foods and foods higher in saturated fats. this is going to be huge. I take that every morning or night before I go to bed. Okay, and again, that's just like a teaspoon, 5 ml. Halcyon, I think that's how you say it. Stress and fatigue management. It contains, the main ingredient in it is going to be ashwagandha, which is an adaptogen. So adaptogens are essentially there to relieve stress or reduce the symptoms of stress and fatigue. And obviously, once I finish training, I am going to be in a very sympathetic or highly stressed state. And in order for me to kind of digest my food and recover really well, I want to move more towards the more calm state in my body, more parasympathetic. This helps tremendously. This is literally post-workout and before bed. Ashwagandha and magnesium as well as L-theanine are going to be the main ingredients. I basically take 4 capsules of this every day, 4 or 5 capsules. Standard, easy, multivitamin. I know that my fruit intake especially has obviously gone down since carbs have gone down. Having a multivitamin just to kind of cover all bases and all kind of micronutrients is always good. This also contains vitamin D as well, so it improves immune function, muscle function, which is obviously important for a bodybuilder, and bone health, all of that good stuff. So this is just a standard multivitamin that I use from Foresight Nutrition, 3 capsules every day, nice and easy. Magnesium, great calming properties as well. 2 tablets, pretty much most nights. And this is EAAs, so aminos, and again, I'm gonna take these all day over BCAAs because BCAAs are basically only gonna contain 3 of the essential amino acids. To get the most out of kind of muscle protein synthesis, or for muscle protein synthesis to actually properly spike and initiate, you're gonna need a full profile of amino acids or essential amino acids. This is that, so I have this when I train. So I'll drink this with creatine, and then I'll also have on top of that, so that EAA is basically your protein source. I'll have it with this bad boy right here. You've got the cyclic dextrin, which is basically just a source of carbs, and I'll drink this whilst I train as well. Again, just to help me with energy, and that will compose my intra-workout shake. And it's almost like another meal, and it's just another opportunity for me to spike muscle protein synthesis, which is what needs to happen throughout the day for you to get bigger, grow muscles, maintain your muscle. And the last one, join in. This is without doubt, so this supplement is without doubt the best supplement I've used for my joints and my joint health. This contains a lot of products such as collagen, MSM, cis as well. And especially when I'm still trying to lift heavy and get leaner, my joints just haven't got that same level of protection that they did have when I was a little bit puffier in the face, and I had a little bit more cushion. I need a bit more protection whilst I'm training. This is incredible to help with things such as tendonitis and just recovery from the training sessions. This is without a doubt the best joint formula I've used, and it covers all bases. But yeah guys, that is basically it. That's basically all the supplements that I have been taking on prep. A couple of them have changed from off season. Obviously I'm now taking the Imbine, I'm taking the Stim pre-workout. But pretty much they were constant, most of them were constant throughout my off season. They haven't really changed. And also, like I said as well, you don't need to be taking these things to be making progress, just to help kind of exacerbate what I'm already doing. So pronounce what I'm already doing more, make my recovery that I'm already doing better, use your nutrition better with what I'm taking in already with food, sleep better, perform better in the gym. It's all just focused around those foundations. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next week I will be looking to get in the gym and train, and I also should be going to meet Callum for the first time, going to his place and also as well training with him. This will literally be the first time that he's seen me in person, so I hope that he's not extremely disappointed with the way my physique looks. I hope you are good. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week for the new episode.